It's Monday, and you know what that means. It's another episode of the Knife Grab Bag series. Stick around, it's coming right up. Hello everybody, and thanks for coming back for another video. This is Dave. Glad you're with me out here in the shop today for another episode of the Knife Grab Bag series, where I grab a handful of knives and I proceed to clean them up in a 24-hour period. I have 9 knives that I picked last week, and I got those all fixed up and I'm ready to show them to you, and then we're going to grab some more to work on. We'll start off with this knife right here, and this one here had a couple of issues. One that was more minor, the pocket clip. It was kind of bent up and quite a bit of a gap there. So I took it off and I bent it and I put it back on. I cleaned out underneath when I had it off and everything. This is a spring assisted knife and it does deploy very nice. The blade had big chunks in it, burnt marks. One of you viewers commented that it looked like somebody may have been jump starting a solenoid on a car, like a Ford style solenoid or something like that. And that's might have been what they did, because it looked like weld marks in it or whatever. So that's probably what they did with it. So I managed to get all that out pretty easy and still retain a lot of the blade. You can still see a little bit of the evidence on this side right there from that, but it's not on the edge, and it's a liner lock and it functions very well. So we got that one fixed up. Good usable knife again. And then next up to show you this one right here, and I didn't really do too much to this. This is our little fake mother of pearl, imitation mother of pearl Japanese pen knife, made in Japan. The blades are pretty scratched up. They're still pretty scratched up. I didn't spend a whole lot of time, but this one was very loose. There was big gaps here. When I started working on it, I noticed the blade was very loose. So I tightened the pins up and gave it a good cleaning down inside, and it's now a functional knife again. So there's that one. Next up, we have this. This is our Camillus electrician's knife. This one, yeah, it's an italic long line Camillus, so this is from the late 70s into the 80s model, so it's not really that old, but it cleaned up very nice. It has no damage. The liner lock works very well on it. Locks up perfectly. Has good half stops. Really good snap. So there's that one. Next knife I have to show you from last week's pick is this one right here. And this is our Schrade, the 34 OT, 34 old timer. And here's how it turned out. It shined up real nice, cleaned up very well. Not sure if I can zoom in on the tang stamp right there, possibly. Knife has really good action. Spade blade's in really good shape. The sheep's foot blade's in really good shape. It was just pretty dirty. Needed a good cleanup overall. Oh, and also on this one right here, I found, in the process of cleaning it up, I found 2 cracks in the Delrin handle scales. One on this side, and then one right here on this side. So I filled those in with some super glue gel, let it dry, and then I sanded it down, and that'll just protect them from getting any worse than they already were, and dirt getting down in the crack and making it stand out more, you know, and that kind of thing. So I do that a lot. I use super glue for fixing cracks in plastic and stuff. Sometimes I use epoxy, but in this case there were just little small cracks, and the handles weren't going to fall off or anything, but I decided to go ahead and just fill those in with a little super glue gel. And so there's our old timer. And then next up is this one. This is our old Boker 8388 model. It's a little serpentine Stockman, little mini Stockman. And this one has been used quite a bit and sharpened, but it has really good action, and there's still some use in these blades. The pen blade, it has a pen, a clip, and a sheep's foot. And like I said, it has been sharpened down quite a bit. These knives fetch some pretty good money if they're in good shape. This one has been sharpened down quite a bit, but it cleaned up very nice. It looks a lot nicer than it did when I started. And so there's our Boker. And then the next knife to show you is this one. And this is our old Cutmaster. And here's how it turned out. This one, unfortunately, the main blade broke off at some point, and somebody had kind of ground on it a little bit, so I fixed that up a little bit nicer. So the tip looks a little bit nicer now than it did. The pen blade's still in pretty good shape on it. But the problem with this knife was getting this pen blade open was near impossible. So I sanded in an easy open notch right there. And when I was cleaning it, this is what I found down inside. So somebody was having a problem getting that blade out. They glued a little chunk of wood. It looks like a matchstick, or I'm not sure what it is. Little piece of wood that they glued down in the well to keep the blade from going down in, but it was still, I mean, that's where it was setting before, so you can see how much below the scale it is. So I just sanded in an easy open notch, and now it's real easy to access, open up. There's our old Cutmaster fixed up. I have 3 more to show you before we grab another handful. And then next up we have this knife right here. And this is our Ideal Company camp knife. Camper. And here's how it turned out. Cleaned up very nice. All the blades are in really good shape. All these were chisel ground, and they all came with blunt tips out of the factory like that. This model, the Ideal Company, rather than a punch blade, it has 2 blades, kind of a pen style blade, and then the larger blade, and then the can opener and screwdriver, bottle opener. And this one did have its original bail on it. The handle scales are a little bit shrunk up, but not too terribly bad. So she cleaned up really nice. So there's our Ideal Camper. Next up is this knife right here. And this is our 1946 to 1956 Imperial Boy Scouts of America knife. And this is how it turned out. Blades are in really good shape on it. This one had quite a bit of rust on it, but it was all superficial. There's no real pitting anywhere on it. All the blades cleaned up great. And we got the bail kind of straightened out quite a bit. It was a little bit deformed on this one, so I got the bail straightened out. And so there's our Boy Scout knife. And then last up to show you before we grab another handful is this knife right here. And this is our old Queen number 28. And here's how it turned out. This knife was made between 1973 and 1975, according to the tang stamp. So it's a 50-year-old knife. The blades still have some scratches in them, but I didn't want to get I didn't want to take the etching, the little bit of the etching off. You can still see right there. So I left all those scratches just to preserve the etching on the blade. Has really good action. The edge needs some work on these blades. I haven't done any edge work on this one. But there's our queen number 28. That's how it turned out. Very pleased with this knife. Okay, let me make a little room and I'll grab the bag and we'll see what we're going to be working on. Be right back. Okay, we've got our bag here. Reach in. How many am I going to grab today? I'm going to try and get some of these small ones. There's quite a few small ones in this bag. Get a pretty big handful here. Oh, I dropped one. There we go. There we have it. What do we have today? 2, 4, 6, 8. Did I grab 9 again? I grabbed 9 again. I kid you not. 9 knives. I think that's 3 times in a row now I've picked 9. I guess 7 is no longer the number. All right, well, we've got a variety today. This one's really interesting. Let's just start with this one right here. Take a look at it. It's got some kind of covering that's mangled up, really banged up and coming off. And nothing on this side, so I don't know if it had the same cover on both sides and somebody already cleaned this side up. I don't know. It's a little lockback. Vanadium stainless, Japan. That's all it says. No manufacturer, just Japan. It's got a bunch of stuff down in here, so it's not locking up. Needs to be cleaned. It's pretty dirty down inside. So this one's going to need some love, but it should clean up really nice. We should get this one fixed up really nice. Here's another Barlow. Looks like a Colonial. Very, very dirty handles on it. Let's see what the blades look like. It is a Colonial. This blade looks pretty decent. A little bit of grinding on the tip, it looks like. A bunch of gunk down inside. It's very dirty. This blade looks pretty nice too. A few scratches in it, but not bad at all. This one should clean up really nice. Old Colonial. All right, so we've got that one to clean up. All right, let's get some of these tiny ones knocked out. Here's one. Looks like a little Imperial. Very rusty. Very rusty. Yeah, it's an Imperial. A lot of heavy rust on that blade. Not sure if we're going to see pitting in this one. This one may have some pitting. Pen blade, it is opening up, but it's very rusty. Look at the nail nick. It's just full of rust. It has a bit of the handle wrap still on it. But yeah, this one here needs a lot of work. So we'll bring this one back to life. And then another one similar to that, right here. This one's clamshell style. It's an Imperial. And it's the 46 to 56, I believe. No, I think this is a 56 to 88. So the tip's been broken off of this one. Not too much of it's been broken off. We can reprofile that. And they did the same thing to the pen blade. Kind of turned it into a sheep's foot blade. So it needs to be cleaned up. Got quite a bit of rust on it. The yellow handle wraps aren't in too bad a shape. But this past weekend, I went to Ollie's. I'm not sure if they have Ollie's near where you're at. But yeah, one of you kind of viewers tipped me off that Ollie's has quite a selection of vinyl and cheap. I bought, I think, 5 rolls of vinyl for probably the same amount that I paid for one envelope of sheet vinyl on Amazon. So really good deal. There's a lot of vinyl on those rolls. I got every color that they had that that would look decent on knives, I think. I got orange and green and blue and some different metallics and just everything they had. So looking forward to using those. The knives will be looking different having that vinyl now. I have a huge selection of different vinyls I can use on handle scales. Here we have this little pen knife here to fix up. Uh-oh. It has a broke-off blade. It's a two-blader Colonial. This blade doesn't look too bad, but the other blade is broken off, you can see right there. So that's unfortunate. So, kind of cool handle scales on this. That plastic faux stag looking stuff. Yeah, we're going to have to take this one apart to fix it. So that'll be a little bit of work on that one. I've got quite a bit more work this week, it looks like, on these knives. Here's a little Victorinox. It's not the SD Classic. It has the blade is in good shape there. And then it has the screwdriver, cap lifter, wire stripper deal. This is an advertising Victorinox. And then we have the scissors on the back. Springs there, it's in good shape. And then the nail file standard screwdriver. So I'm not sure what they called this model. If you know, leave it down in the comments. Keep me from having to look it up. But yeah, it's the model. It's like the SD Classic, but it also has this blade right here with the screwdriver, Phillips head screwdriver, and the cap lifter on it. I like it. It's a little bit thicker. Unfortunately, it has a crack. If it's showing up right here, it has a crack in the handle. I may have some handle scales I can replace these scales. We'll see. But there's a Victorinox, and we have another Victorinox right here, a bigger one. And this one's marked Nunez on this side. Let's see. We've got a pretty nice little nick out on the tip of this blade. The main blade, pretty decent. Doesn't look bad at all. Just check all these blades real quick. This one has scissors, big scissors, right there. That seems good. Yeah, I think I checked all those. Then we have a parcel hook. Still working. Corkscrew. And then a sewing hole. Reamer. And it has the tweezers, missing the toothpick. Has a very large ring on it. Just needs a good cleanup. Nothing damaged too much. That one blade needs to be reprofiled. Then we have this one. First glance, it looks in pretty decent shape. It's an Imperial, 56 to 88 Imperial. This blade looks all right. A few scratches. Pen blade, pretty dirty. Quite a bit of dirt down inside, it looks like. The handle wraps. This side looks pretty good. I kind of like that pattern there. This side here, it's worn through in a couple of spots. Yeah, I think this is a candidate for a recover, just because. But yeah, this one will clean up real nice too. And then last up to show you, we have this oldie right here. And this is a Russell. This is an old Russell knife right here. It's been sharpened down a bit. There's some grind marks in this blade. You can see there's a little bit of play, and it doesn't have any retention right here. Very good. Until it gets to about right there. So the tang is really wore on this one. It's pretty dirty down inside. There's the pen blade, not bad. Looks like rosewood handle scales, and has a really nice badge. Steel bolsters. There's a hole in the wood. I don't know if a bug got into it right here or what. So I'm going to try and fill that hole. And we've got some rust here and there on it. But a really cool knife, probably from the 30s. An old Russell. Probably from the 30s. No action. So we'll get this one cleaned up. So join me next week where I show all these knives cleaned up and we grab another handful to work on. In the meantime, check out my other videos I'll be posting throughout the week. I'm working on all kinds of stuff out here in the shop. I've got more knives that came in to show you, and I've got my work cut out for me. I've got a lot of projects this week, but it should be a lot of fun, and I'll be making an announcement on my newest book. Hopefully that'll be out by the end of the week. We'll see. We're trying to get it all finalized right now and get it up and published. So I'll be making an announcement on that hopefully by the end of the week. In the meantime, I hope everybody's having a great day. It's a beautiful day today. And this is Dave. See you in the next one. What was I going to say next? I forgot. I got to start writing this stuff down.